Okay, welcome back to the African Crypto Warlord show thingamajig. This is the Tesla stock analysis. In this case, I'll be going from the 90-day to the pretty much 15-minute, but I'm going to stop at the 45-minute Laplace distribution cone. If you like these colorful tools, there's even more fancy ones. This is direction of volatility, which we won't be using today. I'm just doing case study of my cones, having historical data so I can come back, look at it in 3 months. But if you do kind of see these tools, and maybe some of them are giving you better signals than your current tools on the time frames that just perhaps match that I'm going to go through. Yeah, Discord link below. They are pretty colors and they do work. Volatility, entropy, probability, and statistics, alpha trading tools. Okay, anyway, so I'm using Laplace distribution over here. Left side is no skew in the data, right side is skew in the data. Okay, so we can see where we're going to end off. We're going to end off here on the 15-minute. And yeah, I'm not going to get into all of that other stuff, but you'll just see like, oh damn, there is actually more data, but I'm cutting all of this out. I'm just going to use the cones for now. Let's go to the 90-day. Okay, can't print a 90-day cone. I'm not really worried about direction or anything. I'm just worried about the cones. Okay, and I can't actually get the direction that I want, so it doesn't matter. But that is not the case. Here, I'm not to do a directional play, but you'll see there's also, again, not much volatility data around. We can't deploy a 45-day cone either. Oh, I knew this was going to happen. Okay, this is 21 days. So 21 days is interesting because the first Tesla Laplace distribution cone, where I have 5 factors of volatility that hit 0 at the same time, pretty random. And then I deploy probabilistic levels off of that, and because 0 volatility makes it significant. Anyway, I wasn't too sure. I feel like there's people shouting on the road. Anyway, 21 day, let's get into it. 21 days is the first time that we are getting a general sign of a thin tail event. The head and the trough is at 0 in the bell curve, and the fat tail event is at 0. So we're getting some shunts of there may be perhaps a very big move to come out of this, be it up or down. Now we're going to use discretion because the 14-day cone is the first cone to actually print. We always look left first, then right. But for here, what's generally happened is, ooh, I need maybe to turn that camera so my face isn't so out of it. What's generally happened here is, as long as it holds above the mean on the 14-day, aka $13.50, you could say, it's going to carry on going up. If it does want to do something crazy on the 14-day, this is a very high time frame. I don't know. 96. I treat all these things like shit coins. I treat them like crypto. They do the same thing. Like, look at a stock, bro. Just rampage up the 100,000. Anyway, so the $100, if anything, was to go pretty crazy here. Any volatility, 5 flashes of volatility, not good, but also good. But problem is we want this top of the bell curve. So this is this bell curve that, let's see if my camera is, there's a bell curve that looks like that. One day we'll draw it. And then there's a bell curve that's very sharp. That's pretty much what that's signaling to. That's that bell curve. The peak is all the way up there and there's no data around it. There's a little glitch in the matrix. But anyway, so that has to contract before we can deploy another 14-day cone. But the general observation is, if we don't get another 5-day flash, whilst price action is above, this is quite tough. If another flash doesn't come through, price action is more than likely going to try to pull down. We'll look for anything on the other cone, maybe to see if there's anything in this other data set that could hold it up. So here's the bottom side of that cone, just call it 95. Mean reversion 165. So even if it does get bearish, I know this sounds stupid. This is how I look at it. Remember, this is a 14-day. We will get very specific as we go in. Here, 168 looks like a good bounce. What's the top side of the cone there? Probability is true that it could hit the top side of the cone. Okay, pink, and if it does hit that, it's not too scary. There's just a range in here, ideally magneting 170. If it was to get scary, if it wants to do anything pretty crazy, it's 445, and yeah, that's obviously, oh, it's going to break a higher high. But yeah, in the same thing, it can hit the probability and come back down to the pinks or the oranges. So there is a little bit of a tie up here for the 14-day. We'll worry about direction later. What is the 7 day saying? Do I have any good things to say about the 7 day? Nothing as of yet. So we'll just define a quick little rangy poo. Top side of this cone. So price discovery. Yeah, it's made higher highs. Anyway, price discovery comes at about, just say 405 next week. So price discovery, anything above 405, Tesla can pick a number to the upside. You won't be wrong. 625 would be that range, bounce from blue to blue. Let's see, these topside blues. So that is actually it's quite a rare, I'm not going to say rare move, it's just a very, very hard move to pull off. I would ideally be looking for any failures below this blue line up here, furthermore, but we'll make it more realistic. Any failures below here, $251.50, then you're going to $41, but bullish bounce, $72. Pretty crazy, I know, right? Okay, what then? Because you're like, oh, he's gonna say it's gonna go to $50. $1,300, $650. It's a very wide range for now, 250 to 650. It's gonna mess around here. You'll see YouTube videos start to blow up quite a lot for the stocks if they go over there. Tesla YouTube videos. Okay, 5 day. Have I got any good notes? 5 day skewed, good. Okay, so I like the skewed cone. The 5 day, let's just do a quick jumpy comparison. It did play quite nicely, go from edge of the cone to the edge of the cone. Did apply, took its time, but it did apply. Here, I suppose anything above, we'll see this target pop up again. 226.5. Still trying to be in price discovery. Let's go have a look at this one, because the skew in the note says good. Okay, so here we're going to get a little bit more definitive. And a 3 day, you'll see these things will start to add up as I zoom out. Anyway, 3 days saying, oh no, what time frame is this? Sick, dyslexic as fuck. 5 day, sorry, because I need to remember the time stamps now. 5 days saying 283. Shit, that's huge. 358. It's quite volatile. Like, it does move a couple bucks every 5 days or something. Okay, that's cool. Story, bro. Mean reversion, safety magnet, $450. Not bearish if it hits 196. It's just actually in the pink range. Like, anytime price action gets into my pink range. Anyway, I know that it kind of wants a bit orange, but nothing crazy is really going to happen. Like a huge parabolic move, unless it's gotten outside the pink things. And then if it's a parabolic move, it'll be like to the top side of the cone or something, depending on how far away the cone is. If it's been an old one, more than likely. And yeah, there we go. So 450, 195, 557. That's a tight range. Not really too helpful. Kind of in no man's land there on the 5 day. 3 days giving us a little bit better understanding of what's going on. So we'll start on the left hand side. It doesn't matter what happens here, it can go up or down. But went for the blues and hit the blues to the downside. Took a little bit of time, and initial idea is mean reversion. So it's going to go from blue to orange. But the idea is if orange doesn't slow it down, then I'll just cook all the way up to blue. Close enough, I suppose, a little bit hard on this cone to completely get the best entry there, but let's say just using the 3 day. Because you would like a touch at the blue, right? Like you'd wait for the break in the blue or whatever, touch at the blue and catch it in. Anyway, so here, hold above pink, fell below this pink back into $165. Mean $237.5. Let's just get that quite zoomed in so we can pick it up. There we are. $332.41 for Tesla. Anything below that, bearish. Sorry, 238. More than likely, whatever these lines will, they'll slow it down. If above that, whatever it was, 332, I initially looked for 650. But now we're going to start zooming in, so we have 391. So this is not price action where Tesla hasn't been. That's obviously a new high at 650. But yeah, as you can see, anything to get it to 650, aka make a new high, is one of these targets. It'll slow it down or stop it, and inverse to the downside. So yeah, anyway, this current range on the 3 day, because I like it, I think that, yeah, this is more symmetrical. So on the 3 days, 170, it's quite a big move, and 330. size. That is the next possible range you're moving into. Do I want to super cone this one? I use super cone 24 hour. Okay, so similar effect here. It's kind of saying it doesn't want to hit this mean as long as it can hold above. Now you see we're getting a little bit tighter. 302. Have I super coned this one? Did I do it already? No, I didn't. Orange line in the same place? No. Okay. Anyway, so between the blue line on the right and the pink line on the left hand side of the screen, you see there's a little bit of a range. All right, to hold above the blue line, you'll go for that pink line up there, which will confirm. And there you go, around about 600. That's around, they'll touch by the time it gets there. So around about 630, 650. So those confirm if it holds above 300 and just say $5. Okay, that's pretty cool. $305 here. Sheesh, pushing it close, Tesla. Okay, this is the super cone one. I like this one. I say sneaky banger. So that will be the thumb. Oh, I forgot to say that in the beginning. That would be the sneaky. That would be one of the thumbnails. Anyway, 24 hour. Pretty dope. I like this. Now I can maybe do like weekly plays. Not like weekly plays, be like, oh, okay, it hold above this one. It might go that one. Okay, go on that. Get below this one. Oh, orange, whatever. So give me a nice little skeleton to what's going on. Let's just do a quick review. Okay, it came in, held above the means here. Don't really want to zoom in on it. It's pretty good. It is actually pretty good. As the cone was generated, came in, held above the means. And yeah, had positive skew. The two blue lines are above the orange, had some positive skew in the data set. And as long as it held above the pink line, technically it was pretty much pushing for the blue. All right, any failures below the blue, we do expect low, but it is mean reversion. So blue to the orange line is the initial play. Anyway, so blues did happen back into the pink. As we say, if you can hold above the pink, it is a bullish range. You get inside the pink, you're going to go try target the other side of the pink. Come in, hold above the pink, bullish, blue, range, held, couldn't really hold its bullish structuring above the pink, pulled back into the other side, all right? And like breakout trader there, breakout trader here is pretty much where I'll find the good ones. Anyway, so pink to blue, good bounce, and then you expect it all the way from that blue to hopefully go all the way to the other side to make your life easy so you never have to trade again. Let me just unwind that because that's taking a bit too long. And did it do it? Blue, not all the way to the blue. Okay, so it's been captured again by the pink. And yeah, so this is 24 hours. This is going to be a lot more executable shit. Just call it 348, close below 348. You are looking for 257 and maybe last hopium bounce or keep it in this range a little bit here, this shitty structure, 285. Natural play, close pink below 207. All right, I would imagine it's going to be quite defended here, but if it does slide, pick it up. 159, but yeah, that's quite a big move away, but there is sneaky over here, as you can see. There are boys playing in this, in the little above the mean reversion. So I'd imagine that they'll be there again. Okay, now 24 hour, that is no skew cone. This is super cone. I shouldn't have actually shown that, but the other alpha traders will know exactly what's going on if they quickly catch the signal. Okay, we'll leave that off for now. Similar effect here. This mean is like way lower, but anyway, the bullish, we're gonna have to super cone this one, so it actually makes sense. So you are gonna have to double check your eyeballs, but I'll zoom in. Edge of the cone, ideally you want it to go to the other side of the cone. It didn't go to the other side of the cone. Hold above pink, go for pink. Pretty much that's the effect, right? You can see pink up, close below, back to pink, sort of in no man's land here on this skew cone, but you can see that there's a little bit of symmetry, and then you capture it all together. All right, so there's a little bit of randomness on before I deployed the second cone over this. There's a little bit of randomness, so you can just see where you can capture. Okay, the probability was there, but okay, the white line slowed it down. Breakthrough. So you can start to see that the colorful lines are like actionable points, and the white lines are where you could pick up a little bit of extra free risk or extra gains, depending if you're long, short, whatever. So yeah, as you can see, we're pretty much stuck in here. So I think this kind of dictates it for Tesla. Wow, we went from hundreds of dollars to super sane cone, and plotted out a $17 move for very long term kind of play. I'd say a week, 5 days, 5 to 10 days worth of 5-day candles. So 10 days of 12, 24-hour candles. Anyway, failed this range. You're looking for that blue, 257. But yeah, 285, next little dippy-roo. So I guess that might be there. And 398 if you get above 347. What's that in the highs? Okay, that is not a number that I hasn't seen before. 12-hour, I don't think there's too many good notes here. Skewed messes. Yes, this one, I'm not going to hate on it. It is skewed to the downside to 295. This one, 290, sort of trying to match up. So the right-hand side, that funny color here, is the mean of the cone, or the probability that it's actually matched it. So it's quite a high probability, and it is, if you'll be able to see it, we'll just try to be captured in this little pink range. Let me just pull that back so you can see. Just be stuck in this maybe like pink to blue range. 298. I'm not going to put too much weighting on 12-hour. Is sort of some conflicting signals. I'm going to rather let the 24-hour play through. Anything good on the 6-hour? No. It's just more backing the other wicks that were caught there. If anything, like Apple is sitting here on the 3-hour time frame, but anyway, any closes below here, 326, 306, 306. Actually going to go a little bit lower, more than likely, because the edge of the cone here, but anyway, can be defended at 306. If it does pull in halfway, 321. I'm not going to put too much weighting on those ones, but yes, if you do use the 6-hour, that, as you can see here, these lines generate themselves, and the idea is to be pixel perfect. It's not about managing risk, it's about managing pixels, and then how many decimals you can get after your cent. So yeah, it's about 2 cents out. Shit. But yeah, pretty good 6-hour signal. Holds above there, I would imagine up, closes below there, continuation down into the mean. Okay, let's unwind out of that. Not too important, but I know guys do like a 6-hour signal or something. And then good intraday levels on the 3-hour. Same. Okay, so Tesla and Apple have the same 3-hour distribution to the downside, so it's a little bit wider. I'm going to guess we're going to define it very tightly with colors on the 45-minute. Or the 90-minute. 302 to 330, that's crazy, so that will be about 318. 318. Now anything here, so this is going to become a little bit more actionable tomorrow, whatever happens. 335.81, any closes below there, I do expect to push down to the mean 323. So I'm happy to say that I do like this cone, and I want to watch this cone and observe it tomorrow. And yeah, make sure that I can see if I can get a play out of this during the week or something, if I'm loaded on in time. 31718. Yeah, mean reversion to the downside, little here. This is a bit deep. 302. Let's see if we've got some other colors. 306. Okay. Yeah, uncertainty. You'll find them in between here, guys. Are uncertain. 307, 330 might make for a good scalping range if it does hit 307 and hold it. This is the 90-minute, and it is in the right place. Okay, there, 90-minute, a little bit more actionable. You'll see why. Blue lines to blue lines, right? This one's like caveman. Opens up, gets to the outside of the cone. Only thing that hasn't happened yet is it hasn't broken the top side of the cone. Anyway, caveman pulls back in, gets above the blue, wants to go for those blues. Pretty good. Close below those blues, wants to go for those blues. Pretty good. Get above those blues, wants to go for those blues. Rules apply. Okay, didn't hold above the pink line, thus it's not bullish. And then range, kind of broke the range. Blue lines, what's next? Blue lines. Okay, it did play through. Yeah, so here's the kind of same thing. Hit those blue lines, you are looking for like 296.50. 318. surprisingly not a bad target. It's about the middle of the stupid noise. Noise, like whatever that's done here is actually the mean. So 31820, it's just range bound, it's not bearish. 314, it is a big move, it's $15. But yeah, I'm not bearish. It's just like, okay, this is going to be a range. Maybe if it's bearish, I want to scalp try to look for good signals or scalp every little bounce that I can off of these on a 90-minute, or find them on a 45-minute, 15-minute, 1 minute. Okay, there we go. This one, a little bit more actionable into here. So what would I expect for next week? Tesla, if it wants to remain bullish, it needs to hold above 32577. Right, it's kind of floating around no man's land. I want to see actionable levels, and 33414, anything above there, you're going to go for a mean reversion. It's currently in between the pink of the pink. It's in the range, so that is our expectation. Let's see. And the 15-minute cone doesn't really work. I'm not going to say it doesn't really work. It's just loaded, and it's going to be like many candlesticks for me to find it. It's not really going to be crazy for right now. But anyway, so that's that 45-minute. Let's go have a look. You see here, you are being capped off here. So this is 333. And what's our closest target? To 333 to $325.70 is your range. Spaz out there Monday. We have other indicators, weekly means, daily means that are going to print. So they're going to spaz out towards those magnets first before they try and more than likely try to break into one of these if they're close enough. Okay, cool. So if you found this information helpful, please do like and subscribe. Yeah, I think I will be doing, who is it next? Robinhood. That is going to be so much effort, and it's only got two good data sets. Okay, but we'll do Robinhood. So Robinhood will be next. Yeah, leave your thoughts and opinions. Let me know what stocks you guys want me to look at. I'm going to do another few more. I'm doing Amazon, Nvidia. Yeah, Nvidia, I'm looking to actually scalp all day. Anyway, so let's have a look. You see, let me know what you know. Let me know what you want to see. African Crypto Warlord out. To those that do like and subscribe, I appreciate you. And hopefully you guys found value in this. Much love.